Morning. I want to take this opportunity to introduce you to Steve Ott and Steve Ott to you, and obviously we're proud and excited to have him as a part of our organization. And with that, I'll ask Steve to make some comments.
First off, I'm very excited to be a Buffalo Sabre. This new adventure for myself. I kind of hold things accountable to myself to be able to try to perform every single night to my best, and I can promise to bring hard work ethic and that mentality. Hopefully, will make us contagious into a great winning team. And the foundations are here. When I look at this organization, from ownership to management to obviously the whole staff, and what a first-class place to be able to play now and kind of move on personally in my career.
Okay, we'll open up for questions.
Did you know your time was up in Dallas, Steve? Did you have a feeling?
Yes, I think I mean, I read all your guys' stuff probably over the last, 6 months, probably that month prior to the trade deadline last year. There was so much smoke that it was kind of when is it going to happen, and it got to the point of hopefully it make the transition and make an easy transition, and obviously this is going to be a great one.
When I talked to you a few weeks ago, you were really charged up. You were excited. How has the last 3 weeks been? Has it been a whirlwind?
It's been even more exciting, actually. I don't even want to leave. I came in a couple days ago. The city, the people are very excited, obviously, about this team. I got to meet some of the new teammates already in the dressing room yesterday to see how the facilities, the way that this organization is running is first class. And honestly now it feels like home already, and I've only been here 1 day. So as I get a little more comfortable and get the nerves, I guess, out, it'll make things a lot easier as well.
What were you doing when you found out you were traded?
You know what? I was just sitting. I have a lake spot in close to Windsor, Ontario, and I was just sitting there. I missed a call, I think, from Joe, and then he texted me, and I looked at my girlfriend that was sitting on the couch, and I said, "We've been traded." So I knew right away. I thought obviously had that feeling. Obviously seen the rumors going around again and swirling around, and obviously got the news and was told it was going to Buffalo.
Was going through the whole ownership thing and rebuilding in Dallas, was that tough?
Yes, it was, absolutely. It's never fun. I mean, the fans take a beating with the way through shortcuts or through lack of publicity on the team. The marketing side, obviously goes down and makes it hard on the ticket people, the staff members, the cutting corners in certain areas that you lose a lot of good people that run an organization when you're going through tough times like that. And I've seen a lot of people come and go over the last 5 years there because of the whole ownership issues.
I'm sure you've seen or heard it by now, but the Lucic hit on Miller last year was one of the most polarizing events for fans at least. I know it's a bit overblown, but with your style of play, are you here to make sure that doesn't happen anymore?
Well, you know what? I want to obviously help make the team harder to play against. That's no secret. I try to play a hard game, and I think team toughness is your best toughness. And one guy going on one guy is obviously it happens. There's lots of fighting, but if you continue to make the team tougher throughout, and also adding guys that like to play that way, usually makes a guy that might be a little more timid or not into that, drag him into the battle as well. So I think team toughness, you go in there and you play a team structured game, heavy, that'll take care of your toughness by the end of it all.
I think your style kind of identifies with the city, just blue collar.
You know what, one of my old teammates, this is going back to Aaron Downey, we used to call each other the blue collar brothers, because that's we both came. He was a potato farmer, I'm a military kid. That our style of hockey was blue collar hockey, and absolutely this is a city that I kind of grew up the same kind of area, the same way, and that's my style as well.
Steve, do you still race the boats?
No, I don't race the boats. My dad still does. I help out actually when I can, maybe a couple times a year. Go to a few races. Actually has one this weekend, so that's what I'll be doing this weekend.
Do you have any impressions about Buffalo outside of hockey and the organization at all? Have you been here before? Have
You know what?
spent time?
As a kid, I think going to play the Buffalo Regals and those tournaments around the area, that was probably, you know, at a young age. So I haven't really been back in a while, other to play once every 3 or 4 years. I believe we end up seeing you guys, and first impressions were probably as soon as I got into the area. The people were super friendly. I mean, I brought my girlfriend as well to kind of look around at some places as well for us, and we first impressions were how gracious the people have been. I mean, I got a nice dessert right away at the first dinner that said "Welcome to Buffalo," and right away it just a great area and great community as well.
Landy, what does having a guy like Steve do for you from a coaching standpoint?
Well, again, I think that Steve has mentioned and we've mentioned that we want to be a harder team to play against. He brings a great work ethic to the game, plays with a certain amount of intensity that he walks the line every night. He's an agitating guy, an irritating guy to play against, and it's something that I think Marcus brought some of that. Corey Trop brought some of that. I think if you look at the last couple months with those two players in our lineup, we were tougher. Steve's going to make us tougher. We've made some additions that are just going to make us a harder team to play against. And it's a hard game. It's a physical game. That's the brand he plays, and he's a prototypical style Buffalo player that will bring his work ethic and tremendous attitude with him.
Still plan to wait to see about center or wing with Steve?
We've discussed, one of Steve's strengths is taking faceoffs. In the discussions with him, it just came about that he got good at faceoffs and was relied on in the defensive zone and in key areas of the game to take faceoffs. And I think if you look at us with Tyler Ennis in the middle, where we're going to work on trying to get his faceoff percentage better, but in key situations we're going to need him to step in and take draws. One of the things that Steve has been able to do is play all positions. He's comfortable. He's been a left winger for the most part of his career, but is very comfortable at taking draws and being in the middle. And I think that that's a great asset for him. We want to use him to his strengths, and one of his strengths is stepping into the face-off circle and taking draws.
Like you were kind of saying, you got Steve, you got John Scott, Marcus coming on probably full time. Are you happy with the team toughness now? Where's that?
I think overall, if you look at size and we refer to it as a little bit of hardness, and I think what Steve said is true, that you have to have a team toughness before you have individual toughness. If you don't have a team toughness where everybody's all in, your team's going to lag behind. But I think with our additions and with what Marcus brought and Corey Trop brought, what Coletta brings, and Cody McCormick, we've got some guys that can make us a harder team to play against.
Darcy, can we expect to see any more moves before the beginning of training camp?
Well, if there's the opportunity to improve our team, that's certainly something we're going to work on throughout the summer. And what that brings, we'll have to wait and see. But certainly that's the hope is to always to improve the team.
Anything behind number 9, Steve?
You know what? A few things. I was my minor hockey number. Also, it's my daughter's birthday. Is May 9th, so it's always been one of my favorite numbers. And obviously, transition-wise, I wore 29 for a lot of years, but it was something that was given to me from Dallas, and I never complained and took it and just was happy to wear that number for a long time. But now being able to actually pick my number, that was always my favorite number growing up.
How quick did you talk to Mike Weber after you found out you were traded? He
was my first phone call. Absolutely. He I talked so highly about Buffalo every single workout, I think, for the last few years that we've been together, and how the different organizations run. We've always kind of talked and mingled about it, and we always joked about one day playing together. And I think I seen a rumor out there he did about 2 weeks prior to the trade, and we both were laughing down the gym. Can you imagine? And obviously, I called him right away, and I could barely get it out. I was like, wait, and he's like, is it breaking up? I said, no, hold on 1 sec, let me pull her together. We're gonna be playing together here as a Sabre. So it was pretty exciting, absolutely, and to have that brothership that we have, it's exciting. We drove down together, and we're heading back as well to Windsor area. So it'll be fun to play with a brother almost on your team.
Okay, thanks everyone. We'll do